Okay, everybody, if you'd like to take your brick and place it towards one end of the mat, and we're just going to lie with our upper back, so sort of this part of the back, so that we can open the shoulders. Okay, so I've got mine on the lowest setting, and you can just let your head drop back. If you need to, though, you can. There's no reason why you can't put something under your head if you feel like your head needs a bit of support. And we're going to stay here for a few minutes. If you need to protect your back, you can put a bolster under your knees or bring your knees up. Knees apart, feet together, knees together, feet apart, whatever relieves any twinges. And when you breathe out, just really sinking down into the brick, into the floor. We're aiming for total relaxation here. Another minute or so. Okay, so if you'd like to just bend your knees if they're not already bent, bringing your left arm up and just rolling carefully off the brick onto your side and bringing yourself up into a standing position. Right. Okay, so standing with your feet hip width apart and the outside edges of your feet parallel with the outside edges of your mat, engaging your thighs, bringing them up towards your groins, letting your tailbone relax down, your shoulders, bringing them up to your ears and back. And just let your shoulder blades slide down your back. Palms facing forward, engaging your arms, chin parallel with the mat. And just feeling those feet on the floor. And then just coming up onto your toes, stretching up. Give yourself a full length body stretch. And then staying on your toes, very slowly bringing yourself into a forward fold. That balance. And as you bring your fingertips to the floor, lowering your heels, soft knees are fine, and dropping your head. And then bending your knees, your belly, your chest, into your thighs, folding your arms and holding your elbows. And just letting your shoulders relax, your neck relax. And then just slowly rolling back up, keeping your knees soft. Back into a standing position, left arm up, palm facing to the right, into a side bend and looking up underneath your left arm, just to make sure that you keep your chest nice and open. And then inhaling up and exhaling to the other side, just pulling your fingertips over towards the other side. Inhaling up and exhaling to the right. Inhaling up and exhale to the left. Back to centre. Releasing your arms, bringing your hands onto your lower back, pushing your pelvis forward, head back, and just come into a standing back bend, elbows pointing backwards. And inhaling to come back up. If you'd like to find the front of your mat, inhaling your arms up, and as you exhale, fold forward, stretching your fingertips towards the wall in front of you. Soft knees, and relaxing your head. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. While you're down here, just use your fingers to spread your toes out. And then inhaling all the way up, soft knees. A little back bend, looking up, and exhale to mountain. Inhaling, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale to mountain. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling all the way up. And exhale, mountain. One more of these half soleils. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale to mountain. Take a few breaths here, checking your alignment. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Stretching that spine forwards. And as you exhale, planting your hands on the floor. One big step back with each foot into a plank. And then as you exhale, knees, chest, chin. And exhale to downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths here. Moving around however feels good. Maybe walking out your legs. Maybe moving your pelvis from side to side. Maybe your heels from side to side. And next exhale onto your toes. One big step forward to the front of the mat into a forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale to mountain. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat. Step back into plank. And as you exhale, bring your knees, your feet to the floor, bum back, pushing back, and then sliding forward between your arms until your chest and your chin touch the floor. Sliding your legs back behind you. Inhaling up into a little cobra and exhale to downward facing dog. A few breaths. And on your next exhale, one big step forward to the front of the mat to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhaling all the way up. And exhale to mountain. Inhaling your arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, planting your hands, stepping back into plank. And take a breath here, just to really check your alignment. Really pushing up through your hands, spread your fingers. And then as you exhale, release chest, chin. Gliding your legs back, inhaling into a little cobra. And exhale, rolling over your toes into a downward facing dog. Then I'd like you to take your left hand underneath you and just grab hold of your right leg or ankle. And just a little twist round, looking out underneath your right arm. And then inhaling back to centre. And then the other side, left hand to right leg, downward dog twist. And back to centre. Taking a breath. And as you exhale, big step to the front of the mat, into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhaling all the way up, and exhale to mountain. Inhaling up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, plant your hands. Step back into plank and through a vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog for a few breaths. As you breathe in, coming onto your toes, bringing your shoulders over your hands and stepping forward with your legs as straight as possible to the front of the mat. into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhaling all the way up. And exhale to mountain. Take a breath. Okay, taking your palms together behind you, interlocking your fingers and pulling your arms back behind you, opening up your chest, bringing your shoulders back. So your hands have got a backwards and upwards motion, and you're squeezing those palms as close together as you can. And releasing, and then doing it again, but this time changing the interlocking of your fingers. And release. Rolling your shoulders. Inhaling your arms up. Sorry, inhaling your arms coming forward and coming into your chair. Sorry about that. Brain not quite engaged yet this morning. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, plant your hands. Big step back into plank. Vinyasa, or meeting down dog. And then from down dog, as you inhale, bringing your right leg up. And as you exhale, bringing it to the front of the mat, turning out the back foot 45 degrees, and coming up into your first warrior one. So your feet pulling the mat apart, the outside edge of your back foot against the floor. And now as you exhale, hands down, stepping back into plank through a vinyasa, and we'll meet in down dog. And inhaling your left leg up. And then as you exhale, big step forward, turning out the back foot 45 degrees. Your knee is stacked over your ankle, pushing back through the outside edge of that right leg, foot. And as you exhale, bringing your hands down to the floor, stepping back into plank through a vinyasa. And exhaling to downward facing dog. Inhaling the left leg up this time. And as you exhale, big step forward, turning out the back foot 45 degrees and coming into the warrior one on the other side. Exhaling, hands down, step back to plank. And then exhaling, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, little cobra, and exhale to downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths. On your next exhale, stepping to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhaling your arms forward, coming into your chair. Breath here. Just check you can see your big toe and the first bit of the end of your first next toe, so that your knees are stacked. Ankles, knees, hips. And exhaling to mountain. Take a breath. Inhaling your arms forward and sit in your chair. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, plant your hands. Stepping back into plank and through the vinyasa. And from downward facing dog, inhaling the right leg up. And bringing it forward, keeping your back foot this time pointing straight forward. We'll come up into a high lunge this time. Just take a few breaths here. And as you exhale, straightening that front leg and folding forward. You can lift those front toes off the mat. And then back into your high lunge. And then releasing your hands down into plank through a vinyasa. Then we'll meet in downward facing dog. And from down dog, we're inhaling our left leg up. And as you exhale, big step to the front of the mat. Okay, again, coming up into a high lunge. So both your feet are pointing forwards, stretching your fingertips up to the ceiling. And if you've got the balance, just looking up between your hands. And exhaling, fold forward, straightening that front leg and peeling that foot off the mat. Inhaling back up to your high lunge. And exhale, hands down into plank through a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog for a few breaths to reset. Okay, so soft knees is fine. Heels don't need to be on the ground. Push up through those hands, sinking your chest down. And then on your next exhale, walking your feet to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, soft knees, rolling up. Fingertips to the ceiling. And exhale to mountain. Sorry, we've missed our chair out. Hey ho. Just take a breath. Inhaling into chair. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plant hands. And into plank. The breath. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhaling, little cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. And then as you inhale your right leg up, bringing it forward to the front of the mat and dropping your back knee to the floor. Bringing your hands onto your thigh or your knee and just letting those hips sink. And just take a few breaths here. Really start to feel that stretch down the front of your left hip. And then on your next exhale, pushing your front leg straight, your bum back, peeling that foot off the floor, and now folding over that front leg into your half splits. Hold. And then coming back up into your low lunge. And exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge. And as you exhale, plant your hands and step back into a plank. Just hold your plank here. Make sure you're nice and domed. Strong core. Exhaling, knees, chest, chin. Inhaling to a little cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhaling your left leg up. And exhaling, bringing that forward and dropping your back knee into your low lunge on the other side. Hands onto your thigh or your knee. And we'll just take a few breaths here as we sink. Sink. And sink. And then on your next exhale, leaning forward, straightening that front leg, peeling that front foot off the mat, and fold over that leg. And we'll hold this here just for a few minutes, not minutes, a few moments. And then on your next inhale, coming back up to your low lunge, sinking your hips, exhaling, leaning forward, straighten your front leg, half Hanuman. Inhaling, low lunge. Exhale, half Hanuman. Inhaling, low lunge. Exhale, half Hanuman. Inhaling, low lunge. And exhale, hands down into plank. And again, take a couple of breaths here. Really strong. Engaging your core, all of your back muscles. And as you exhale, knees, chest, chin, sliding your legs back. Inhaling, cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. And then on your next exhale, bringing your feet to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. Then inhaling your arms forward and sitting in your chair. And exhale to mountain. Inhale, arms forward to chair. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into plank. Take a breath. And then what I want you to do is to roll your feet over so that you're on the side, on the edge, outside edge of your right foot into a side plank. Really pushing up through that bottom hand and then lifting your top arm up and looking up at your hand. And exhale to release. Take a breath. And then we'll roll on to the other side. If this is too much balance-wise, what you do is you have, for this side, you'd have your right foot on the floor and your left leg can be bent with your knee on the floor, okay? And coming back down into plank and through And knees, chest, chin. And meeting in downward facing dog. This time inhaling your right leg up. And as you exhale, bring your right foot behind your left wrist and your right knee behind your right wrist. Dropping your leg down, coming into a pigeon pose. So the back leg is shooting straight out behind you, and your front leg can be anywhere within the range of your heel, might be really close to you, or all the way up to it being parallel with the front of the mat, somewhere in between. So pushing up with your fingertips either on the floor or on your knee, trying to get a bit of height, lifting as much as you can out of your hips. And then as you exhale, walking forward, slowly bringing yourself down over that leg. And we're going to stay here for a few moments, a few minutes even. So relaxing in this pose. If your hip is screaming at you, then that's perfectly normal. As long as you haven't got any sharp pain in a joint, then it should be fine. So inhaling through the nose for 4 and exhaling through the mouth for 8. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And as you exhale through the mouth, releasing, releasing, releasing. Carry on with your 4-8 breathing. In for 4 through the nose and out for 8 through the mouth. And then walking your hands back up, pressing into your hands, turning your back toe over and pushing up back into downward facing dog. And just walk those legs out for a few moments. And then on your next exhale, I want you to bring your left knee towards behind your left hand and your left foot behind your right hand. It's perfectly normal as well if you find one side feels very different from the other. That's perfectly normal. I have to use a brick because of my knee replacement. Shooting that back leg behind you, sitting up as tall as you can, stretching your spine up, and then as you exhale, folding down over that leg. Inhaling through the nose for 4 and out. In and out. In and out. Carry on with the breathing in your own time. Okay, so if you'd like to walk your hands back up, again, stretching your spine up, and then coming up, coming back into a downward facing dog. Again, just walking your legs out gently, letting your chest drop towards the floor. And then on your next exhale, just stepping your feet to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold. And then inhale, rolling all the way up. And we forgot the chair again, and exhale to mountain. Okay, well done, guys. So if you'd like to come onto your back, so if you could grab your strap or belt. Okay, so you're going to bring your right leg up, okay, with the strap over it. So the strap's over the ball of your foot, arms straight, and you're pushing up into the foot and pulling down, pulling the socket, the ball back in, really firmly into the socket. Really trying to get some length into that leg. Relax the belly. Then on your next exhale, take the strap into your right hand, both ends. Your left arm goes to the side and your right leg just drops down to wherever it comes to, either holding your foot or holding the strap. Again, relaxing those hips. And then inhaling your foot back to center, taking the strap this time in your left hand, your right arm out to the right, looking to the right, and just bringing that foot over to the left, just letting your hips peel off the mat. So you're doing a twist, stretching the outside of that hip. Keeping your shoulders on the floor. And inhaling back to centre. And this time, rather than pulling your leg down, just let it come back. And just allowing the weight of your arms just to gently encourage it. And then releasing that leg back to the floor. And bringing the left leg up, and we'll go through the same sequence on the left side. So strap on the ball of the foot, leg straight up, pushing against the rope, the belt, and also pulling really hard. So you're pulling that hip well down. And then taking the strap into your left hand, letting that left leg come over to the left, your right arm out to the side, looking to the right. Just let that leg relax open. And then inhaling your leg back up, swapping hands, leg over to the right, left arm out, looking to the left, and just letting your hips feel off so you're into a twist, keeping your shoulders on the ground. And once you're in position, just relax, relaxing into that twist. And then bringing your foot back up to centre. And this time, just letting the weight of your arms bring your leg back. So your legs more relaxed this time. Stop pushing up against the strap. And then releasing and bringing your leg back down. Okay, now coming to your wall. Stand or kneel. And you need to measure so that you can get your hands on there, on the wall, shoulder height, and then just dropping your head. Just find a position for your hands that is comfortable. You might need to bring your hands slightly further apart than shoulder width. Just let your chest sink. And then carefully coming back up. And back onto the mat. Okay, if you'd like to bring yourself back down for final relaxation, so your shoulders are on the floor, your palms are facing up, your arms are at a comfortable position away from your body. Relaxing your spine and your pelvis. Your legs, your feet just dropping out. And then just bringing your left hand onto your belly and your right hand onto your chest. Just take a few breaths. And then releasing your hands back down. Following your breath. And just taking a few deep breaths, wiggling your fingers and toes. Nice stretch. And rolling into your right side. And then bringing yourself back up into a comfortable seated position. And then taking both hands and placing them over your heart, one on top of the other. Sitting up tall. Namaste. And enjoy the rest of your bank holiday, guys.